Hi, I'm Konomori, and welcome back. Trade of Cold Steel. And let's move on. We need to go back to the city. Woo. What's that? It sounds like a siren. Seems to be coming from the fort. Fear what? Whoa, what was that? Are birds like that common around here? Imbecile, there was no bird. Looked like someone was riding on it. Yeah, I think it was a child actually. What? Are you certain? Going by build? Yeah, I didn't get a good look at the face, so I can't be 100% sure, but I think so. Unbelievable. Not use it. Were you on your way back to Albarea? What's all this commotion? What's the meaning of the siren? Where you see, moments ago we became aware of an intruder in our sword. You don't mean the silver thing that flew past us? You saw it? Which direction did it go? It flew off to the southwest mere moments ago, at a rather significant speed. Damn, if you will please excuse us. To take care, Lord Users. They won't catch it. It does seem unlikely. What could it have been though? That's a very good question. What's capable of flying that's not an airship? I've never heard of any flying device besides one. This is a matter of the army. We should trust in them to handle it. We are students visiting here for our studies. We are under no obligation to do the provincial army's job for them. Besides which, we have our hands full with our own tasks. Well, that is true, but it would do no harm to mention this incident in our report. It is noteworthy, after all. Yep. On another note, my shoulder seems to have healed completely. I feel ready to rejoin the front line. Are you certain? I find it hard to believe such a significant injury could heal so quickly. You have some kind of alien constitution? I'm pretty sure I don't. I think Emma's grandmother's medicine was just really effective. Yes, this must be it. I'm just glad that you are alright. Queen can now be placed in the active battle party once more. Yes, and this we will do. Would be I make yes, and change leader. Perfect. And not linked tactics. Okay, already linked. That's nice. So let's move on. Get him.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Go.
Oh.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Perfect.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish it.
That's my triple advantage. That we damn we could. Can. And nope. That is really not happening.
targets eliminated. Let's get going.
Go, go, go.
Bring it on!
My turn.
Sweeping.
Target locked.
Go! We'll cut our own path.
And run. So, so,
We're finally back.
My feet are killing me.
we still need to give that side quest, the bar salts. Need to turn in them. Just about sundown. I guess that means our field study activities are done for the day. Thank goodness for that. I'm exhausted. And I'm starving. Whatever that strange flying object was, it doesn't seem to have come anywhere near the main thoroughfare at least. Fortunately not. Steve wouldn't be this calm if it had. Yeah, it's probably long gone by now. Should head back to the hotel before it gets dark. There's a lot to put in our daily reports today after all. Indeed. You can figure out how best to summarize the day's events over dinner. My lady, may I suggest that we white mink fuel would undoubtedly go well with my brooch. Don't you agree, Foster? Why, of course. One of the provincial army's armored cars made its way towards the guardhouse at high speed not long ago. That's rather ungraceful of them, even if something does seem to have happened. Many of us servants here in Albarea come from the outskirts of the Cruising province. I came here about 3 years ago myself. Pay here is definitely higher than you could expect from any other part of the country. Mommy and Daddy will be home soon. I wonder what's for dinner. Oh, it's gotten pretty late. I need to go home and get dinner ready. Mom and Dad retired after work, so I want them to come home to a meal. We'll be taking our leave then. So let's go. Oh, if it isn't Lord Eustace. How many months has it been since I last had the pleasure of meeting you? Today happens to be a most splendid day too, with the warmth of the early summer sun shining down from above. Greetings. It has indeed been a while. Sounds pretty bored. It just seems as arrogant as always to me. There they are. Hello, guys. Oh, Lord Eustace, might I assume that you've... That's correct, here. And over pink sword. Thank you very much. Allow me to hand this over as your reward then. See silver hourglass. Refusing to accept it would be rather rude, I guess. Thank you very much. My apologies for our rudeness earlier. It's kind of amazing how much their attitude changed for users. Well, there's no denying the influence his family holds here. Quest completed. Come along now, we know. Time for us to go home. Let's go in the cathedral one time. We aren't here. The mass here truly was an entirely different experience from elsewhere. There was much to learn from the Archbishop's sermon too. Our only enemy is our lack of faith. Today's Mass was as splendid as always. As such, I must continue to offer my prayers. I'm waiting for my father to return from his business meeting. I did consider sightseeing on my own, but decided against it. I guess I'm a bit of a coward. Let's go see the cars. They are here. Does not seem so. Alright, I should be making my way back home now. I wouldn't want the delicious meal that my butler is no doubt in the middle of preparing to go to waste. Good day, everyone. There's nothing out of the ordinary to report here at the guardhouse. Oh, I'd hope that... If we see the car, the armored car. Well, let's go back to the inn. We should have done everything. Yes, we have done everything. End today's field study and return to the hotel. That's... Father. Huh? What? I'm terribly sorry for not coming to greet you, Father. Although I'm here but for a short time, I users have returned to... Enough. Duke Albarea. As I informed Rufus, you may do as you wish while you're here. However, you will do nothing that brings shame upon myself, nor upon the Albarea name. Please be ever mindful of your position and what you represent. Yes, Father. Would it be too much to ask for you to introduce yourself to my classroom? I have no time for pleasantries. Should I require anything of you, you will be contacted. What was that all about? Fear, that's not really... That was the mighty Duke Albarea, was it? The head of one of the 4 great houses and the man in charge of this entire province. Indeed. And by some strange twist of fate, my father as well. Usus? I spoke out of turn. Forget I said that. Today's workload has made me hungry. Shall we return to our rooms, then find something to eat? That sounds good to me. I'm starving. At this point, Reen and the others returned to their rooms for a much-needed shower. Then, after a short rest, they headed to a restaurant in the Central Plaza for dinner. Oh. These white shots always have frame rate problems. The breeze here feels wonderful. Food was delicious too. Agreed. I can see why this restaurant is popular with the nobles. Do you dine here often, Usus? I do. The share has been good to me since I was a child. I was practically raised on this food. How typical. Even the dining habits you nobles subsist on unnecessary luxury. So I can't deny the quality of the food. It wasn't just tasty, but warm too. Yes, for a high-class restaurant, the chef seems to have used a lot of rare, heavy ingredients. Perhaps he's doing his part to ensure users stays in good health. I wouldn't doubt it. I wonder what Group B is doing right now. We had this exact same conversation in our group last month too. I'm sure they are hard at work over in St. Ark. Probably nothing to worry about. It was chaotic for you last month, right? So you were thinking of us on the first night? Yeah, after dinner we were wondering how Group B was getting on. Dare I ask? Well, nowhere near as peacefully as now. This is a big improvement. I kind of figured that much. We are doing much better this time. That much is true. I'm sure our reports will reflect that. It's an improvement, though I'm not convinced it's good enough. It's not? I'm certain Group B gave their absolute best in all of their tasks today. But can we honestly say the same, that we could have done no better? And I'm referring not just to the monster encounter, but to the handling of our other tasks as well. We'll just have to try and make up for it in the day we have left. Besides, we had the chance to catch sight of a far bigger problem. Yes, that's true. First we find our taxes are rising throughout the province, then we find out the military is being expanded on a grand scale. Don't even try to tell me the two aren't related. I have no intention of denying it, but you're only looking at one side of the coin. Exactly how many arts and tanks do you think the Imperial Army has under their control? Well, 100 or 2, I guess. Precisely, the Imperial Army's military capabilities are enormous. This nation has one of the most powerful armed forces on the continent, and roughly 70% of it is under the Chancellor's control. Tell me, how is the Noble Alliance supposed to counter that? So you're suggesting that's why the provincial army needs to bolster their forces? Considering both sides are comprised of Erebonians, it all seems so wasteful. Ah, the travails of youth, how noble and beautiful they are. It's you, Baron Blanc, I believe. Ah, it's such an honor that you would remember a mere Baron. I see you've completed a hard day's work already. Oh, splendid. Yes, nearly. What about you? Alas, I've yet to be blessed with the fateful encounter I seek. The search for beauty is filled with perils and obstacles, yet that is precisely what makes it all so beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay. I most certainly will. So it truly is a pity that the clear air of this surrounding city should be tinged, but faintly, with the scent of steel. I'd heard that Duke Albarea was a man of many interests, but I was unaware he counted playing with fire among them. I don't condemn him for it though, for only by playing with fire can one create fireworks. Would you not agree, my friends? I don't like your implications, and I think this whole line of conversation is a little inappropriate. Oh, please do pardon me, young lady. I meant no harm, I assure you. I wish you well on your remaining day here. May you reveal to me beauty I seek by its end. Be it the lovely luster of success or the sad splendor of failure. Grrr, who does he think he is? This is why I can't stand nobles. I thought you might say that. If it makes you feel better, though, I have my doubts as to whether that man truly is a noble to begin with. What? His behavior seems so exaggerated, almost as if he's trying to act like the quintessential noble, like he's fulfilling the stereotype. Yes, something about him feels off to me too. But what seems stranger is that he knew we only have one day left here. You're right. We told him of our field study, but never once did we divulge how long we intended to remain here. Between him and that silver object, we've been crossing paths with a lot of strange people today. Well, tomorrow's the end of our stint here. We can't let ourselves get distracted. We still have a lot to do. That's right, we have to do our group proud. Exactly. We should return to our hotel and begin work on our reports then. Everything is The one nice thing is, in this game, they at least cover themselves with the blankets. Many JRPGs, they're just laying on the blankets. It's always grinding my gears, you could say.
Can't get to sleep?
I could ask you the same. You aren't going to tell me the bed's too hard for you, are you?
I wouldn't dream of it. I've never slept in a bed this high class in my life. Not even back at home.
And yet you're the son of Baron Schwarzer. You've not lived the life one might expect of a boy from a noble family.
Yeah, that's just how my dad is. A lord should live like his people, not above them. That's how he always put it.
I see. It sounds as though you have a good family.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for my upbringing.
Aren't you going to ask? I assumed you'd be curious about that brief exchange with my father earlier.
I wasn't really sure you'd want me to bring that up. You obviously get along really well with your brother, but I didn't get that same sense with the Duke. Has he always been like that?
As far back as I can remember. I suppose he just has little respect for a son born to a commoner.
What?
My brother and I have different mothers. He was born of my father's legal wife, a noble who still lives to this day. My own mother, however, was a commoner, and she passed away 8 years ago. In other words, I am his bastard son.
I had no idea. So, was that chef we met earlier?
He's my uncle, on my mother's side. Perhaps that's why he's always been so good to me. Or perhaps he's simply compelled to treat me as I deserve to be treated, being the son of the Duke.
No, that can't be. I don't blame you for being a little cynical, but there's no need to be quite so hard on yourself.
I suppose you're right.
I'm sure you have your differences, but you do get along with your brother, right?
You could say that. He's treated me well ever since I was taken in 8 years ago. He was the one who taught me my swordsmanship, and who trained me in the ways of court etiquette.
I knew it.
Pardon?
There's just something honest, I guess you could say, about the way you fight. It shows that whoever taught you was someone you really trusted. When we first met him this afternoon, I had a hunch he might have been the one. What's wrong?
Nothing at all. You just keep reminding me how unlike a noble you truly are.
I get that a lot.
Is your injury from this afternoon on the mend?
It's fine, honestly. There's no pain, and the wound's closed up like it was never there. I'll have to be sure to thank Emma's grandmother for her help someday.
That's good to hear. Still, from where I stand, you are something of a danger to yourself.
I am?
On the day of the entrance ceremony, when the trapdoor opened beneath us, you acted instantly to protect Elisa. It wasn't even a moment's hesitation.
Ah.
In most cases, one would reflexively act to protect himself. It's part of man's natural survival instinct. Yet you put another before yourself, not even pausing to question the validity of that decision. And you did exactly the same thing with us today. I'm sure most people would see that as an act of selflessness and sing your praises for it. But to me, it comes across as abnormal, perhaps even twisted.
I don't know how to respond to that. I wasn't expecting you to see through me quite so clearly.
Well, I owed you as much for having seen through me first. Still, the point stands. You need to be more cognizant of the effects your actions have on those around you. If not for your health and for your reputation, that selflessness of yours can just as easily be perceived as arrogance after all.
I know it can. You're not the first person to tell me that. What's the point in saving others if you can't spare even a moment to save yourself? That's what my old master always used to say to me.
Was it now? I suppose we both have some things we need to work through.
Yeah, but for now, we need to get a good night's sleep. If we stay up too late tonight, we're going to be dead to the world tomorrow, and that wouldn't be fair to the others.
I agree, it wouldn't be fair. To the girls, at least. I'd hate to be so tired as to limit my potential.
Here, here. Good night, Eustace.
Pleasant dreams.
He's dropping. And he's sleeping with his glasses. And that's a model that would easily bend if you sleep with them. At least they seem so.
Keep up the good work.
Here is the envelope Lord Rufus entrusted to me. Please take it and study its contents well. Receive field study envelope May. Thank you, much appreciated. If you'll excuse me then, should you require anything further, please do not hesitate to let me know. Alright, let's see what brother's given us for today. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious. We'll study day 2 assigned tasks. North Cruising Highway Monster. We received word that a dangerous monster roams the North Cruising Highway. This is bad news for our hotel, so may I ask someone to please take care of it. Monster Venus Trap. Location is Stonebridge leading towards Celtic on the North Cruising Highway. Richelieu, GM or Hotel Esmeralda. Richelieu. Sorry to French. Bite of nostalgia. Client owner Hammond. I'd like to request someone help in gathering the number of ingredients I need to make a particular nostalgic dish. For more details, come find me at Saucier, a restaurant in the Central Plaza. Hammond. Another very balanced assortment. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Rufus had predicted what happened yesterday from the very start. You're saying he intended to give us a first-hand look at the problems between the nobles and the commoners? If that's true, I'm impressed. His reputation is well earned. Sure, it does seem that way. I believe that's enough talk about my brother. We have only one day left before we must depart on our return voyage to Trista. We should set out as
Eustace Albarea.
What is it, Machius Regnitz?
I will accept no more failures. Today, we will form a combat link.
What?
As much as I may dislike you, I'm ashamed that we were unable to do what every other member of our class has accomplished. Today's monster extermination request seems as good a chance as any to make up for yesterday's failure. Wouldn't you say?
You really are simple-minded, aren't you? I suppose you overheard our conversation last night and feel some kind of affinity toward me now?
that night is so perfect.
Nonsense! I did no such thing! I was fast asleep while you yammered on about your family and Reen and...
Machius.
That's pretty conclusive.
Very well. I accept. I'll be happy to show you what a proper combat link looks like.
We'll see about that. Fortunately, I have more than enough generosity of spirit to endure being paired with an arrogant noble like you.
Maybe today's field study will go more smoothly than yesterday's after all.
Lord Eustace.
Arno? What brings you here? I would have expected you to be at my father's side.
I'm terribly sorry I could not greet you upon your arrival yesterday. However, I have come today in the capacity of an escort.
An escort? To where? I'm sure you must be aware that I returned to Bereahard purely as part of a field study for my academy work.
But of course, however, His Grace has directly requested that I escort you to the mansion. So I would be most appreciative if you'd accompany me without delay.
Father? He showed no signs of desiring my company when we spoke yesterday.
I am in no position to question or oppose his orders, merely to obey them. I'm sure you understand. Though while I hesitate to speculate, I do wonder if His Excellency may feel some regret regarding his demeanor yesterday.
But...
Go with him. We can attempt to form a combat link another time.
We'll be able to handle the morning's tasks just fine on our own. Don't worry about us.
Ha! You've come all the way back to your hometown. It would be a shame not to visit with your family, right?
Agreed.
Are you certain? Very well. I'll return this afternoon. And though I will worry as to how you'll fare without me, I know you'll at least give it your best, for what that's worth.
Of course we will.
All right. Let's meet back in the hotel lobby around noon. If something comes up, just leave a message at the front desk.
Understood. Lead the way, Arno.
Gladly, sir. Please excuse us.
And away he goes.
Well, let's get started. We wouldn't want to give Eustace any further reason to worry, now would we?
Huh, certainly not. Still...
What? What is it? If you have something to say, just say it.
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all.
She's probably thinking, the worst is over, and it's all thanks to your eavesdropping.
Good boy.
It's also so perfect. Good boy.
Stop that! Stop looking at me like I'm some hapless babe! Rain, you do know I still haven't completely forgiven you for lying, don't you?
Are you still hung up on that?
And Emma, I hope you're ready to score second on our midterms because I'm not about to lose to you again. But don't even think about giving those exams any less than your very best. I intend to best you when you're in top form.
You will?
And as for you, Fee, I've been wanting to say this for a long time now. Sleeping in class is an affront to our education. You need to start treating classes more seriously. Listen, take proper notes. Raise your hand now and then. And stop covering your ears when I'm talking to you.
I can't hear you.
Perfect.
Anyway, we've got a lot to do, so how about we get to it?
Right.
Eustace temporarily left the party. And with this, let's end the episode here, and